welcome back to my channel. I want to start off the video by saying thank you. We finally passed 10,000 subscribers. I could not be happier about that, so thank you to each and every single one of you who watch my videos, who have subscribed, who follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, wherever you do follow me, because all that support really motivates me to keep going, so thank you so much. And now let's start with my January favorites. I know a few weeks ago I shared my December favorites. They're different products. And I also want to introduce you to an idea I have for this year. I know sometimes I tend to ramble on and on and on about one certain product, so my favorite videos do tend to be a little bit on the longer side. So this year, instead of having 15 favorites in 1 month and then 5 favorites in the next month, it was kind of inconsistent, so I just want to talk about the 5 products that I used a lot, the 5 products that stood out to me. So I don't want to be kind of jamming everything into one favorites video, so each and every single month I'm going to share with you my 5 favorite products from that month. So I hope that you guys will like this format. I personally think it's going to make the videos a lot more cohesive and smooth and not as rambly as my previous favorites videos. The one that stands out to me immediately is when I talked about the toothpaste and I was just talking and talking and talking about the Marvis toothpaste. So hopefully my favorite videos will be a lot shorter now. So let's get started with the first product that stood out to me. Although it is winter and my skin isn't as oily as in the summer, I still like makeup that does not feel like I'm wearing anything on my face. So these 2 products I've been reaching for a lot. Well, it's basically 1 product, 2 shades. This is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. Yes, even if you have oily skin, this will work out great for you. You will look a little bit more dewy, but personally I don't mind it that much. If you do like more of a matte finish, of course use a mattifying primer and setting powder and you'll get that matte look, but these do not feel like you're wearing anything on your skin. They give you light, I would say light to maybe medium coverage. So for me, that's perfect. That's all I want. If I have any blemishes or like a dark spot peeking through, I just take a little bit of concealer and just conceal that specific area. But I like that my skin looks like skin. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't look cakey, doesn't look too dewy, because that's another one of my concerns with oily skin. I don't want anything to make me look like I've been wearing it for 5 hours when I just applied it. So this is just a great everyday product. I do have 2 shades of the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint, so I have light right here and medium. If you have a skin tone very similar to mine, so I would say fair to light with a golden undertone, then get medium. Medium has that golden undertone. If medium is still a little bit too dark for you, just buy light and mix in a few drops of light. So usually I just kind of squirt a lot of medium here, and then I add 2 to 3 drops of light, mix it well, and it'll still have that rich golden undertone, but it won't be, as dark as just using the medium. So if you have a skin tone very similar to mine, you'll have to mix these 2, because the light shade is a very pink foundation. I would say it has a very strong cool undertone, which my skin is not a cool undertone, so it looks a little bit weird if I just use this. But medium with a little bit of light works out perfectly for me. Now, it wouldn't be a favorites video without mentioning a bareMinerals product. Disclaimer for those of you who don't know, I do work at a bareMinerals boutique, so I've been trying out, well, almost everything that the brand has to offer, and I fallen in love with a lot of the products. One of the products that I've been using since I got hired back in October is this radiant lipstick. This is part of the Gen Nude range, and it's in the shade Panko, which is a beautiful kind of a reddish, I wouldn't say nude, it's just like a subtle, wearable, everyday red. It's just a really nice, beautiful color. This you will see me wear a lot to work if you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram stories. It's just a very easy color to wear. If I want just a little bit of color, but I don't want, I don't know, to wear something from another brand, I'll wear this. This is just a very comfortable lipstick, very moisturizing. And I always tell customers, although these are very moisturizing lipsticks, if you grab something with more color to it, because the Gen Nude range, I have a love-hate relationship with the Gen Nude range. Some of the colors are just like, they look like concealer in a lipstick form. They're very weird. And then there's some beautiful shades like Panko and Mantra. Queen is another beautiful shade. XOX is another beautiful shade. Honey Bun is a great nude. But the rest are just kind of odd colors. But I do like the formula. Not so much the colors, exception for the ones that I just mentioned right now. But Panko is definitely my favorite. It lasts really well. The darker shades do kind of stain your lips, so once the moisture wears off, you'll still have a little bit of color left behind. So if you haven't tried these lipsticks and you just don't like the matte lipsticks or don't like anything too heavy on your lips, then I'm sure you're going to like these. Now this is a very recent favorite. I just picked it up from Target maybe a week and a half ago. But I've been using this literally every single day since I picked it up. This is part of the Pixie collection with a bunch of bloggers. But this one in particular is Pixie and Miriam Maquillage. And it is the Strobe and Sculpt brush. It looks like this. So when I first saw the whole collaboration announcement, I was just like, I need that brush. I have so many brushes in my collection, but I needed this brush. And the reason why I wanted it so bad is because it reminds me of the Hourglass brush that they created for the Ambient Lighting Edit palette. So it's small, double-sided, and it fits into those really small pans. And a lot of my brushes are a lot bigger, so I found that it would just make picking up those shades a little bit more difficult, or at least a little bit more annoying for me, because I would end up getting a little bit of the other blush or a little bit of the bronzer when I didn't want to pick up that color. But with this, you can go into the pan. It fits exactly into the pan. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna get the palette right now. I am back with the Hourglass palette right here. So as you can see, the pans are a little bit on the smaller side, so whenever I want to get, let's say, this blush, I can just fit it right here. And as you can see, this is small enough that it won't pick up the other two powders that are surrounding it. This one I love with the bronzer. So I just get a little bit of this bronzer, and this one in particular has a cool undertone, so I just use it to contour, very subtle contour shade. I've been using the blushes more. I just find that I get a lot more use out of this palette when I use this brush. And the way this brush feels, it is super soft. It just diffuses everything very nicely, so it works really well in conjunction with the Hourglass powder formula. So if you have this palette or any of the other Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit palettes that they come up with the holidays, this brush, that's like 15 bucks at Target, so it's definitely worth it. Very worth it. Something very random that I want to talk about are hair ties. I know, very random, and it's gonna be even more random when I tell you guys where I bought these. So I've been a fan of these kind of springy hair ties for a year and a half or so. I first bought them when I was in San Francisco for Outside Lands back in 2015. So I went to Chinatown, I found them in this random shop, and I fell in love with these type of hair bands. And I've been using them since I got them, those same ones. But I just wanted some more. So when I was at Michael's, I told you, it was random, I saw that they had a hair section. And then I saw these. These are like metallic, so they have like a silver one, a gold, bronze, and like a gunmetal one. These are so good. They're very tight, so they actually are able to hold your ponytail up and it doesn't feel like it's going to fall off or anything. One of the reasons why I love these type of hair bands is because they don't leave like a kink or bend in your hair, which is one of the reasons why I would hate regular hair bands. The other hair bands would also get knotted up into my hair, so if you have thick, curly, wavy hair, I would find that I would snap them a lot. They would get tangled up in my hair, and with these I just don't have that problem whatsoever. I know I can't demonstrate because I'm wearing my hair with a BD because I've gotten past the point of no return. My hair is just super greasy. But they just work so well. I know Michael's is such a random place to buy hair ties, but if you go to a Michael's, check out their hair section. They do have them in just black and brown and those regular colors, but these metallic ones are really pretty, and these have a lot of hold in them. So I highly recommend them. If you haven't tried these type of hair bands, do it. You're gonna love them. And last but not least, I have a skincare item, and this is another item by Kiehl's. This I purchased at the same time as the Midnight Recovery Concentrate, so they actually recommended it on the website to use this with the Midnight Recovery. So this is the Cilantro and Orange Extract Pollutant Defending Mask. I know, cilantro and orange, it sounds very strange. It sounds like it should be like a cocktail, and it has a very pleasant smell and taste. It smells nice. It smells really nice. It smells like a cocktail. The reason why I love this mask is because it really replenishes my skin. When I wake up, my skin is just looking very hydrated, very smooth and even. So the way you're supposed to use this mask is you use it 2 to 3 times a week. You're supposed to apply a very generous layer, leave it on for 5 minutes, and then wipe it off, and whatever is left on your skin, you just leave it on your skin. You don't have to rinse it off. But I don't use it that way. All I do is just put a very thin layer, so what would be left over from like wiping it off, and then I just go with my Midnight Recovery Concentrate, and the combination of those two products, leave them on overnight, you wake up and your skin is just looking very smooth, very even, very replenished, hydrated, soft, supple. I mean, I can keep going on and on with the adjectives, but they work really well together. So, and this is not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a very affordable product, but I'm going to show you how little I've used, and I've had this since December. So when you apply a very thin layer, I mean, it's just the smallest little dip. It's gonna take me a while to get through this, and this has an expiration date of a year, so I think I'm gonna have this for the rest of the year. You honestly don't need that much. I've been using it twice a week, and my skin has just been looking really good. I find that I need less and less and less makeup than I used to before, so I would highly recommend this. Even if you have dry skin, I would recommend it. Normal dry skin, I think you can still use this. I have really oily skin, and I've been really loving this cilantro and orange mask. It's a very weird product. I haven't heard too many people on YouTube talk about it, but it's definitely worth looking into because it has done so many great things to my skin. I just saw Devendra Banhart like a few days ago, so of course I have to mention him as my music favorite. I've been a long-time fan ever since high school, actually, since he looked like a dirty Jesus. I just love his music. I love his charisma, his playful and silly personality. And this past Sunday when I saw him here in San Diego, it was my favorite Devendra Banhart show. It was my 4th show, so I've seen him a few times. And it was just such a good show. He was taking requests from the crowd. He was being playful and really funny. So I just enjoyed the show. Like, everything about the show was perfection. He sang a lot in Spanish because obviously being in San Diego, there's a lot of people crossing the border to see him. I would say a lot of the crowd was Mexican or Latino, so yeah, it was a really good crowd, a really good show. If you've never heard Devendra Banhart, I will leave some of my favorite songs listed in the information bar below so you can take a listen, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy him. He's such a great musician. He's a very great vocalist. I would say kind of, if I could describe his music, a little bit folky. So yeah, take a listen. I will list some songs down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this brand new format of my January favorites. I'm sure I still talked a lot just because I do like explaining why I like each and every single product, but hopefully just sharing 5 products won't be as overwhelming as hearing about, I don't know, 15 or so. So let me know if you did enjoy this new this new format down below in the comments. I would also love to know what you guys enjoyed in the month of January in the comments below. And if you're brand new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to watch brand new videos from me, and I will be seeing you guys very soon in my next one. Bye! Look at this box. It is adorable. It says Hello 2017 and it has a bunch of girls doing yoga poses, a camera over here. We have a fortune cookie.